This is lesson 4 of the Music Makers at the Keyboard, Book 1. Let's set up our piano for practice for this week. So we're coming home with our folder, our binder, and here's your homework assignment. And with that, the children brought home more equipment, so they should all have received their duplicate cards in yellow. They should have received the mousey card and the new C position card, a new keyboard position card. Now those 2 cards will stay at home, and I'm going to put them right here in my basket where I already have a collection going of 3 other song cards and the D card right here. So that's where that goes for right now. The duplicate cards, we're going to use them every day for practice at home. And when you're done, at the end of the week, they come back to class. So they're going to go back into the folder. Back to class next week always is your book. And the other game cards, the high, middle, low, black keys, that game will stay at home. The same with the form game cards. They can stay right at the piano so the children can play those games. Let's go over the homework assignments. I hope by now you really have downloaded your music and you're listening to the listening CD in the car, before dinner, in their rooms. The more you listen to the listening CD, the better. It's really, really important. So, this week, we learned a new position on the keyboard, which is the C position. And every day I would like them to warm up in the D position and in the C position, both hands separately. So we all know where the D is on the piano, right here. Do, mi, so, mi, do, so, do, mi, so, mi, do, so, do. Now, we have to find now the position C, which is the note below D. And now the children have to sing that same warm-up and the sound, figure out where the sound is located on the piano. Do, mi, so, mi, do, so, do. And what's important is that they're figuring out that this is a different position. We are not playing a black key in the key of C. Okay, and so they can also play a game with high, middle, and low. Put them over, take out your other card, your D card, and they choose one card, low, and they choose one of those key cards, D. So they're going to find a low D. Okay? And then they can do it again and have the parent do it. It's kind of fun. Let's do another one. High, C. I'm finding a high C right there. How many times do they do that? Maybe 6 times. I don't know, 6 times maybe a day. And they mark it off and move on. So now once they're practicing where the C major position is, they're going to start practicing their mousey song. And they have to go now to the practice CD. I hope it's within reach so you can touch pause, that they have time to sing back. So they're going to listen and sing, and they're going to listen again and then sing and play. So this practice CD number 3, it is already in the C major position. So they're going to start doing that on the C major, and then once they've figured that out, then on their own, I'm asking them to find the same song in the D position. All right. So that would be the new song. Next is Debka Hora, now in D and C position in open 5th. So they go do, so, do, so, do. and they can do it together. La, 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 etc. And then they go to D. La, 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 and so forth. And then they're going to review the same concept with the other two songs that we have in the basket. It's Stars Shining and Listen for Bells. So in C, it would be stars shining, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Stars shining by and by, by and by. Oh yes, by and by. Then they go to Listen for Bells. That was a new song last week. So they learned it in the key of D, and that's how it is on the practice CD. So some of the children are able to already play the song really well. They don't have to go back to the practice CD. But if you have trouble with your child remembering the patterns, Listen for Bells, then you go back to the practice CD, Listen for Bells, and review it in the D position. That means they listen to the singing, then they sing, they listen again, and then they sing and play together. And once they've reviewed that, then I want them to be able to find Listen for Bells in the C position. Bells in the steeple to ring, ding, 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 ding. And do it with the left hand. Listen for bells in the steeple to ring, ding, 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 ding. All right. And every time they do this exercise every day, I want them to take their pencil and mark off what they're doing each day. I want them to do, if possible, every single item every day. Now, I know that's not always doable, but just so you know. Next, they're going to do the drum song. They get out their drum, they put it on track 10 on a listening CD, and they drum along. And you can ask them, what particular drumming did you do in the class? Maybe they remember, because it's all related to the duple notation cards, which are coming next. So then you take out your yellow duple cards, and you're going to put in your practice CD number 4 and follow Howard Bear's directions. Now remember, the pause in between these patterns that you hear, that's when your child has her or his turn to point and chant at the pattern. So do, do, echoing, do, do, point and say the pattern, do, do. Because it's very important they are pointing to each subdivision. Do, day, do, day. Do, day, do. Do, do, day. So that is the practice for the cards, and then these come back to class. They go back into that folder. Then finally, they get to go and do their writing assignment. There's 2 of them this week. So there is the writing assignment on page 16. It's very straightforward. They're supposed to copy their favorite cards into the blank boxes below. And just so you guys help them, I would like them to do that with pencil. So if they do make a mistake, they can erase it, and make sure when they do the note head that they're coloring in the note head and then put the stem on. Okay, always make sure they have to color it in. Otherwise, it's going to be a different note if it's not colored in. Here, and then we're going to put just a straight bar on the top. Please don't have them spend extra time making this fat. That just is a waste of time. So a simple line will do, like that, and 1 line on the top. Great. Let's see what else I was going to mention. I hope they're having fun this week, and I hope this video helps for you. And if you have any questions, let me know. Oh, one more thing. Right. I remember this now. So if they're practicing this sheet every day, so I think on the first day it might take 15 minutes. And then on the next day, they're going to get better at it. So it might just take 10 minutes. And the third or fourth day, only 8 minutes. And then also what you can do is you can just have them line up their whole repertoire that they have by now. Isn't that amazing? They have 4 song cards. Place them on the piano. And every time, tell them every time they pass the piano, play one of those songs. And play them in either C or D major. And that way you can get a little playing in here and there, and they're really working on their repertoire. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you all next week.